A dangerous cattle disease is moving closer to Switzerland. A highly contagious cattle disease, known as lumpy skin disease, is spreading across parts of Europe and has recently moved closer to Switzerland. While no cases have yet been confirmed inside the country, veterinary authorities are already preparing preventive measures to protect livestock and avoid a potential outbreak. The disease mainly affects cattle, buffalo, and bison, and is considered a serious threat to livestock farming due to its rapid spread and economic consequences. What is lumpy skin disease? Lumpy skin disease is a viral infection that causes high fever and characteristic nodules on the skin of infected animals. These lumps give the disease its name and can appear across the body, sometimes leading to painful lesions. Infected cattle may suffer from fever, skin, nodules, and swelling, decreased milk production, weakness and weight loss, although the disease rarely kills animals, it can cause major economic damage for farmers because infected cows produce less milk and may suffer long recovery periods. Importantly, the disease is not dangerous to humans and cannot be transmitted through meat or milk consumption. How the virus spreads. Unlike many livestock diseases that spread through direct contact, lumpy skin disease is primarily transmitted by blood-sucking insects, such as stable flies or mosquitoes. When an insect feeds on an infected animal, the virus can remain on its mouthparts and be transferred to the next animal it bites. Scientists believe insects play the main role in outbreaks, but there are still questions about how the disease moves across long distances. One theory suggests that infected insects may be carried by wind currents, allowing the virus to travel across borders. Why Switzerland is concerned. The concern grew after an outbreak occurred in France, near the Swiss border, in 2025, where thousands of cattle had to be culled to contain the disease. Because of this situation, Swiss authorities have already taken precautions. For example, certain livestock movements across borders have been restricted, and monitoring programs have been strengthened to detect the disease quickly if it appears. What would happen if the disease appears? If lumpy skin disease were detected in Switzerland, strict emergency measures would immediately be implemented. These measures could include quarantine of the affected farm, culling of infected animals and potentially exposed livestock, a 20-kilometer protection zone around the outbreak area, a 50-kilometer surveillance zone, bans on livestock markets and animal transport within the zones, vaccination campaigns for cattle in the surrounding areas, such drastic measures are considered necessary because the disease is classified as a highly contagious animal epidemic under veterinary regulations. Vaccination and prevention. Vaccination is one of the most effective tools for preventing the spread of the virus. In some regions of Switzerland, authorities have already planned booster vaccinations for cattle, buffalo, and bison in risk zones. However, vaccination policies are carefully controlled. Swiss authorities generally follow the principle of vaccinating only when necessary, especially in areas where the risk of introduction is highest. A growing challenge for European farmers. The spread of livestock diseases across Europe has become an increasing concern for farmers and veterinary authorities. Global trade, climate change, and the expansion of insect populations are all factors that may contribute to the movement of diseases into new regions. For Switzerland, which has a strong livestock industry and strict animal health standards, early detection and rapid response are essential. Even though the disease has not yet reached the country, experts warn that vigilance is crucial. In a world where diseases can cross borders quickly, prevention may be the most powerful defense